Smoking a little Bell's Three Nuns in my Savinelli Punto Oro Army 128. It's the shape number, I think, 128. Yeah, 128. It's a nice little billiard, decent size bowl. Anyway, got some Three Nuns in the mail yesterday from Tom. Three Nuns tobacco, none nicer. I've never tried Three Nuns before. I had a bowl of it last night. This road's kind of popular today. You wouldn't think that in the middle of a Wednesday afternoon, but such as it is. Three Nuns. It was originally manufactured in the UK, I think, and it originally had Perique, and then it got moved to a different blending house, and they took the Perique. No, they took out the Perique in a reformulated version, and then it got sold to McClelland, I think, or McBaron. I think McClelland, but I'm not 100%. And they left the Perique out. So I've never had the original. This is pretty good. Kind of sour smelling out of the tin, but smokes very sweet. I have had a lot of bad luck with Virginias. They tend to be really bitey and smoke kind of hot, and I don't know if it's just this blend or the combination of this blend and this pipe, or the fact that it comes in coins, and I pack the pipe by rolling them into little balls and stuffing them in here. I don't know what the combination is, but I've just had a lot of really bad luck with Virginias overall, and this has been an incredibly positive experience by comparison. So it's just too hot for a lot of Kia blend for me right now. It's 75 degrees, and it's been flirting with the idea of raining, so it's humid. Ugh. It's just horrible. A textbook Buckeye summer. But I was thinking last night, a couple of weeks ago actually, I had watched somebody else's video, Gray Bailey. His channel isn't pipe dedicated really, but he does smoke pipes, and he does talk about pipes among other things on his channel. And he mentioned something to me. Well, he mentioned something that to me seemed like what a revolutionary thought. He said that you do not own pipes. You are merely the steward of the pipes that you have in your collection, because they'll outlive you, and eventually, with any luck, they'll go to somebody else, and then they will become the stewards of the pipes you owned. Something to think about. I'm the only owner this pipe has ever had. And that is the case with most of my pipes. I have a few estates. Some that were unsmoked estates. A couple that were that only had one previous owner, that were gifted to me. And then some that were sold from their original owners to a company who refurbished them and then resold them. But I do have one pipe that I picked up in an antique shop that I know was manufactured sometime in the 50s, because that model of pipe, that series of Dr. Grabo was only manufactured in the 50s or 60s, maybe, I think, somewhere in there, 50s or 60s. And if it went to an antique shop, and I don't know this for a fact, but if it was in an antique shop, to me it seems like a pipe smoker wouldn't have sold it to an antique shop. It would have been given or donated or sold by a non-smoker, which to me says that the original owner of that pipe probably passed away. This stuff is, because it's so humid here, it's a real wrench getting it to stay lit. So somebody owned this pipe and then passed away. It got sold to an antique store, and then eventually I found it and had it, not this pipe, but this Dr. Grabo. And then I got it, had it refurbished, and now I smoke it. And someday, when I'm gone, the same will happen to my pipes. They'll get sold to somebody that smokes pipes. And he'll sit like I'm sitting, and he'll smoke. And I will be part of the story of this pipe. He won't know my name. He won't know my life. He won't know anything about me. But in quiet moments, maybe he'll think about the people that have owned this pipe before and wonder what they were like, much as I do with my estates. What did he smoke? Did he smoke aromatics? Did he smoke English mixtures like I do? Was it gifted to him by a spouse or like daughter, son, niece, nephew? Did it belong to his father? Was it passed down to him? Did he just pick it up and smoke it a few times, and then did it sit in a drawer? Now, most of the estates that I have owned were previously unsmoked or lightly smoked, or were refinished by the time I got them. So obviously, you know, the chances of them being just something that the person got and didn't want are pretty high. But I know for a fact that the Dr. Grabo that I owned was so thick with cake. You know, if you've seen probably these pipes that people post online, or you've seen pictures where there's a tiny little gap in the cake that they just never reamed it, so that you know that was a much loved and much smoked pipe, or the stem was chewed to bits, or whatever, so you know it was very heavily smoked. But what kind of person was he? Did he smoke after work? Did he smoke at work? Did he do it to relax? Did he do it for a social experience? Did he smoke while he fished? What events did he witness while smoking this pipe? Did he smoke it while watching the moon landing? Did he smoke it overseas during World War II or World War I or Korea? What experiences, what moments in his life did he smoke through? Did he have his pipe to lean on? What tragedies did he have that this gave him comfort? What joys did he christen with this pipe? It's a big thought. It's a lot of big thoughts. And when I smoke my estates that I know were loved, that's what I think about. That's where my mind goes. And someday that's going to be the owner of this pipe. He's going to wonder what I did. He's going to wonder who I was. And that makes me happy. Gives me some joy. And a little bit of peace, honestly. What a treat it would be, though, to know. Well, you know, now that I say that out loud, maybe it wouldn't be a treat. Would I enjoy that pipe as much if I knew who had previously owned it? John Smith, Presbyterian, certified public accountant, smoked Granger, no kids, no wife, lived alone his whole life. Would that be as interesting a thought as who or what or where or when or how, as not knowing, as searching for those answers periodically, fleetingly just thinking about what kind of person he was and not having an answer? Would that be better? I guess it probably would. What do you think? I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that it would be a better time spent wondering or knowing? Do you think, do you want your pipes to go to somebody that will think of you in that way when you're gone? I know that's a little bit morbid to think about, but do you own any pipes that have interesting stories? I'd like to hear these things from you guys. And, as an aside, if you like Three Nuns, tell me about it. If you've never had Three Nuns, try some. If you like Virginia's, I think you probably would. It's a little dark. It's got dark-fired Kentucky, so it is a little dark. But if you like dark-fired Kentucky and Virginia's, give it a shot because it's really good. Anyway, just wanted to share that. inside where there's wonderful air conditioning and it's not so damn muggy and humid and awful. Oh, even though there is a nice breeze going now. Anyway, cheers.